Good morning, race fans. Welcome to Lanier National Speedway in Brazelton, Georgia. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you today's feature event. It's the Tyler Daniels Racing League of Legends Summer Spectacular from Lanier National Speedway. This is race number 10 of 12, scheduled for 80 laps. Tyler Daniels Racing is a diverse, inclusive online community that welcomes all regardless of history, background, or ability. TDR has a charitable focus. We've raised funds to support American troops both at home and abroad, to raise awareness of mental health issues, and to support animal shelters. TDR is a big family. Yes, sometimes we squabble, but we look out for each other in racing and in life. Tyler Daniels Racing prides itself on intense, clean, competitive iRacing leagues for everyone, regardless of your skill level. Chances are, if you can race it on the iRacing platform, there's a league for it in Tyler Daniels Racing. To learn more, go to www.tylerdracing.com or look up Tyler Daniels Racing on Facebook. Well, today should be quite an event. We're scheduled for 80 laps. We're in race number 10 of 12. We've got a strong field today. The average iRating just under 1,900. And some drivers that have had some bad luck. Drivers starting in the rear that typically don't. Should be an interesting race. Let's have a look at today's starting lineup. Starting in the 14th spot, that's going to be Keegan Sabilo, and just to his inside will be Parnelli Belair. The next row forward in row number 6, that's going to be Aaron Johnson in the 00 and Fish Fisher in car 61. That's the Richie Evans tribute car. In the 5th row, on the outside, it'll be Keith Fonseca, and on the inside, Jim Downham. In the 4th row, Andy Shaner, and to his inside, Mike Matherly, Mike Racing out of Hampstead, North Carolina. In the 3rd row, it'll be Anthony Hooker and Mark Breer. Mark Breer, a member of the Dysfunction Junction team. Mark also part of the U.S. Racing League. Starting in the 2nd row, as position number 4, will be David Tremblay, and to his inside, Eric Sellers in car 97. Sellers currently the point leader of the TDR League of Legends. And on the front row outside will be Jim Love in car 57, and to his inside will be Michael Margota in car number 36. Jim Love's going to show up on your screen as car 57, but in your telemetry as car number 8. A couple of drivers to watch. Keegan Sabilo, a driver to watch here. Keegan having to start in the back, but a great driver. Sabilo typically running up front, so he's going to be someone to watch. Aaron Johnson will be someone to watch. Johnson also typically runs up front in the TDR League of Legends. Johnson having to start in the back because of some internet issues. So Johnson and Sabilo, 2 drivers to watch. Let's hop back up front with Mike Margota as we get ready to start the race. Pace car is in, green flag is out. Margota leads the field into turn number 1. It's Mike Margota up front, followed by the 97 of Sellers. Sellers moving past Jim Love on the outside. Love stuck on the high side. The high side's the hard side at Lanier, so Love managing to get back down in the inside quickly, only dropping back 1 spot as we watch Anthony Hooker now working to the inside of the 96 of David Tremblay. The cars to watch here, Johnson in the back, he's still running 14th. Sabilo has already moved forward into the 9th spot. Keegan Sabilo on the charge, but it's Michael Margota out front. Margota up front, Sellers 2nd, Jim Love 3rd. Anthony Hooker looks to the inside of Mark Breer. Hooker moving into the 4th spot. As they go down the back straightaway, it's Margota, Sellers, Love, Hooker. Mike Matherly also looking to the inside of the 2 of Mark Breer. Michael Margota is out front, the car 36, followed by 97. That's Eric Sellers, then Jim Love in 3rd. Parnelli Belair dropped back into the 14th spot after a spin. But up front, it is Margota, Sellers, Love, Hooker, Matherly, Tremblay, Breer. Sabilo has moved all the way into the 8th spot after starting 14th. Sabilo gaining positions quickly on the field. Looks like Sabilo is working hard to make his way around yet another vehicle back there. Let's have a look at Keegan Sabilo. and see how Sabilo is running on the field. He is one of the fastest cars on the speedway. There's Keegan Sabilo working on David Tremblay. Sabilo now up into the 7th spot, closing in on the 96 of Tremblay. Keegan Sabilo doing a nice job. He is running up front in the TDR League of Legends regularly. Today starting in the back, had some internet issues but is moving forward quickly. Aaron Johnson also moving forward. His internet issues must have cleared themselves up. Johnson looking to the inside of the 61 of Fonseca. Out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. Aaron Johnson closing in on Fisher in car 61. Fisher running the Richie Evans tribute car. Johnson looks to the inside as he comes off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. It's Aaron Johnson on the inside now into turn number 3. He's going to go past Fisher. That will move Johnson into the 9th spot. Meanwhile, Sabilo has moved into the 6th spot. Keegan Sabilo now trying to make his way past Mike Matherly. Sabilo up into the 5th position out front. It is still the 36 of Michael Margota, but Keegan Sabilo, Aaron Johnson both moving forward, making their way through traffic. We're 10 laps into an 80-lap event. Michael Margota with the lead. Lap times at Lanier National Speedway typically in the high 14 to low 15-second lap times. We would expect to see some pretty quick times here. Ed Belair must have been in the pits. Out front, it is still Michael Margota. Margota running first. Eric Sellers in the 2nd spot. Anthony Hooker has worked his way into 3rd. Keegan Sabilo has moved into the 4th spot. So Sabilo, a man on a mission, has moved into 4th, and he is closing on the leaders. Sabilo 4th, Matherly 5th, Love 6th, Tremblay 7th. Let's have a look at how they run on the speedway. Out front, that's car number 36, Michael Margota. Just behind him in car 96, that is car 97, that is Eric Sellers. Sellers currently being shown in 2nd. Next car on the speedway behind Sellers is the 13 of Anthony Hooker. Hooker currently running in the 3rd spot. Then behind Hooker, the next car on the speedway will be Keegan Sabilo in car 77. He shows up on your telemetry as car 14. Sabilo currently shown in 4th. Behind Sabilo, it's the 35 of Mike Matherly running in 5th. Then behind Matherly, the next car on the speedway is the 96 of David Tremblay. Tremblay currently being shown in 6th. Behind Tremblay, it's the 57 of Jim Love. Love, who started 2nd, has dropped back to the 7th spot, and caution is on the speedway. Caution is out. We'll have to take a look and see what brought that caution out, as we have caution on the speedway for the first time today at Lanier National. Let's have a look at what brought out the caution at Lanier. Looks like Keith Fonseca. Fonseca spun, collected the 61 of Fisher, so both 61s spinning. Jim Downham kind of split the difference and went between those two cars. Downham fortunate not to have received more damage in that accident. Out front, it's still the 96 of Margota, followed by the 97 of Tremblay. Behind Tremblay, it's Anthony Hooker. Sorry, it's not Tremblay, it's Sellers in the 97. Then Anthony Hooker, Keegan Sabilo, and Mike Matherly. Margota out front. Racing out of Lakeland, Florida, Mike, a regular in the TDR League of Legends. Always a driver to watch. Puts on a good show in car number 36. Just behind him is the 97 of Eric Sellers. Sellers is your current point leader. Eric Sellers leading the points in the TDR League of Legends here in Season 3, the Summer Spectacular at Lanier. Other drivers to watch, Keegan Sabilo, that flying 14 car, 77 car, 14 on your telemetry. That flying 77 car has moved into the 4th spot. Caution helping Sabilo. Sabilo, the founder of the U.S. Racing League, racing out of Michigan, a regular racer in real life, running some late models. Keegan, an up-and-coming racer. Just behind Sabilo is the 35 of Matherly. Jim Love behind Matherly and Tremblay. Mark Breer. Aaron Johnson currently sits in the 9th spot. We have put the cars side by side. The lights are off on the pace car. Should be receiving the green flag this time by. We are 20 laps into an 80-lap event. Margota on the inside, Sellers on the outside, then Hooker and Sabilo. Matherly and Tremblay, Love, Breer, Johnson. The green flag is out. Margota gets a nice spot. He down on the inside line as he comes out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Eric Steelers behind him. Sabilo trying to make him move on the outside of the 13 of Anthony Hooker. Doing a nice job. Keegan Sabilo with a quick race car passes Hooker on the outside. The high line the hard way around. Sabilo trying to do the same thing to the 97 of Eric Sellers. And Sabilo passes the 97 car. That'll put Keegan Sabilo in second. Sabilo using the high line and doing a great job to get past the 97 of Sellers and the 13 of Anthony Hooker. Keegan Sabilo now closing in on the 36 of Michael Margota. It's Margota, Sabilo, Sellers, Hooker, Tremblay, Matherly, Aaron Johnson currently in the 7th spot as Jim Love has dropped back to 8th. Then Mark Breer and Andy Shaner are in 9th and 10th respectively. Out front, it's the 36 of Michael Margota, followed by the 77 of Keegan Sabilo. Caution. Caution is on the speedway again. Let's have a look at what brought out this caution flag, as we've got a caution on the speedway. Margota leads, Sabilo second, Sellers third, Hooker fourth, Tremblay fifth, Matherly sixth. Cautions on the speedway as the pace car comes out to catch the field. Let's see if we can find out what happened to bring out the second caution of the day. Jim Love looks like he didn't realize Andy Shaner was the inside taps. Shaner goes around. Keith Fonseca collected again. Fonseca, unfortunately, collected for a second time. Looks like Eric Sellers has come in to the pits. Sellers is going to take some tires here. Let's see what that looks like. Eric Sellers in the pit. Does anyone come with him? Sellers going to put new rubber on the 97 car. That will drop him back in the field. Margota up front, Sabilo second, Hooker third, Tremblay fourth, Matherly fifth. Then Mark Breer, Eric Sellers, Jim Love, and Aaron Johnson. Is Aaron Johnson also in the pits? Looks like Aaron Johnson also taking rubber. So Johnson in the pits. We saw Jim Love in the pits, Andy Shaner in the pits, Johnson going a lap down. Aaron Johnson looks like maybe he's gone a lap down to the rest of the field. Johnson will not get out of the pits in time to stay on the lead lap. A crucial mistake for Aaron Johnson. Keegan Sabilo is out front. Johnson will have dropped to a lap down in 10th spot. So a crucial mistake for Aaron Johnson. Eric Sellers did make it out in time to stay on the lead lap. Pace car should be in. Lights are off. Pace car in. Margota will control the pace of the restart. A nice slow restart. Margota. Oh, pace car is not in. The caution has been extended, so we must be having some issues with the lineup toward the rear of the field. The caution has been extended. The pace car should come back out. The running order right now: Margota, Sabilo, Hooker, Tremblay, Matherly, Breer, Parnelli, Belair. The green flag is out. Margota hammers the throttle. He takes to the inside. Sabilo on the outside trying to make the high line work the way he did on the last restart, but Michael Margota having none of it. Margota into turn number 3, now through the center of 3 and 4 onto the front straightaway. Margota leads. We are on lap 30 of 80. Michael Margota is up front, followed by Keegan Sabilo, then Anthony Hooker and Mike Matherly. Sabilo looks to the inside of Margota. No dice as Michael Margota continues to lead. 36 car running out front in the Tyler Daniels Racing League of Legends from Brazelton, Georgia. We are 32 laps into an 80-lap event. Michael Margota has the lead. Keegan Sabilo in the 77 running second, followed by Anthony Hooker, Mike Matherly, and David Tremblay, with Eric Sellers in 6th, Mark Breer 7th, Jim Downham 8th. Those 8 cars on the lead lap. In 9th, 1 lap down, is Fish Fisher, followed by Aaron Johnson and Jim Love. Those 3 cars 1 lap down. Keith Fonseca in the 12th spot, Andy Shaner 13th, and Parnelli Belair running 14th as we watch Keegan Sabilo try to find his way around the 36 of Michael Margota. Let's have a look at how they run on the speedway. The first car is the 36 of Michael Margota. Behind him in the 77, that is Keegan Sabilo, currently shown in the 2nd spot. The next car on the speedway, the 13 of Anthony Hooker. Hooker currently running in 3rd. Behind Hooker, it's the 35 of Mike Matherly. Matherly running in the 4th spot. Behind Matherly is the 96 of David Tremblay. Tremblay currently shown in 6th. Behind Tremblay, it's the 05 of Parnelli Belair. Belair currently in the 14th spot, the last car on the speedway. Behind Bel Air, that's the 97 of Eric Sellers. Sellers moving up. He is currently in 6th spot. Sellers on new tires. Behind Sellers, it's the 61 of Fisher. Fisher in 9th, 1 lap down. Behind Fisher, that's the 00 of Johnson. Johnson in 10th, also 1 lap down. Then behind Johnson, we have the 57 of Jim Love. Jim Love currently being shown in 11th. Behind Love, that's the 2 of Mark Breer. Mark Breer in 7th spot. Behind Breer, it's the 7 of Andy Shaner. Shaner currently being shown in 12th. Then behind Shaner, it's the 61 of Keith Fonseca. Fonseca in 13th. The next car on the speedway, the 28 of Jim Downham. Jim Downham currently shown in the 8th spot. And behind Downham, we're back around to the leader. Now it is Keegan Sabilo with the lead. Sabilo making the pass on the 36 of Mike Margota. Margota trying to come back around on the inside, but no dice. We are at the halfway point at Lanier National Speedway, and it's Keegan Sabilo, followed by Margota, Anthony Hooker, and Mike Matherly. Sabilo brings the car out onto the back straightaway, beginning to put some distance between himself and the 36 of Margota. Behind Margota, that's the 13 of Hooker, and then Mike Matherly. Johnson has moved into the 9th spot. We can't tell yet exactly what this looks like in terms of who's lapped and who isn't, and how many laps, who is in the spot for the lucky dog. Right now it looks like Johnson is holding on to that lucky dog spot. Keegan Sabilo runs out front. Margota 2nd, Hooker 3rd, Matherly 4th, Trumbley 5th, Sellers 6th, Mark Breer 7th, Jim Downham 8th. Those 8 cars on the lead lap. Downham getting ready to go a lap down. We are 44 laps in. Keegan Sabilo looks to the inside of the 28 of Jim Downham. Sabilo through the center of 3 and 4 puts Downham a lap down. Sabilo out front. Margota 2nd, Hooker 3rd, Matherly 4th, Trumbley 5th. Eric Sellers on new tires really struggling to move forward here. Sellers in the 6th spot with Mark Breer 7th. Jim Downham now in the lucky dog spot in 8th. Keegan Sabilo goes past the 61 of Keith Fonseca. Fonseca going another lap down. Johnson has moved past Downham to move back into the lucky dog spot. Aaron Johnson right now praying for a caution. Keegan Sabilo showing the way. It's Sabilo, Margota, Hooker, Matherly, Tremblay, your top 5, followed by Sellers and Breer. Johnson in 8th, 1 lap down. Jim Love 9th, and Jim Downham in the 10th spot. Out front, Sabilo continues to lead. We are 47 laps in. Sabilo leading the 36 of Michael Margota. Let's have a look at how they run on the speedway one more time. Out front, it's the 77 of Keegan Sabilo. The next car on the speedway is the 36 of Margota. Following Margota, that's the 13 of Anthony Hooker. Behind Hooker, it's Mike Matherly in car 35, followed by David Trumbley in car 96. Those 5 drivers are your top 5. The next car on the speedway is the 05 of Parnelli Bel Air. Bel Air 6 laps down in 14th. Behind Bel Air, it's the 97 of Eric Sellers. Sellers currently in the 6th spot. Then behind Sellers, that's the 00 of Johnson. Johnson 1 lap down in 8th. Behind Johnson, it's the 57 of Jim Love. Love currently running 9th, also 1 lap down. Then behind Love, it's the 61 of Keith Fonseca. Fonseca in 13th, 2 laps down. Behind Fonseca, the next car on the speedway is the 2 of Mark Breer. Breer currently being shown in 7th, the last car on the lead lap. Behind Breer, we're around to Andy Shaner in the 7 car. Shaner running 10th, 1 lap down. Then behind Shaner, it's the 28th of Jim Downham. Downham in 11th, also 1 lap down. The next car behind Jim Downham is the 61 of Fisher. Fish currently in 12th, 1 lap down. Then behind Fisher, we're back around to your leader. That's the 77, Keegan Sabilo. Sabilo running up front, just ahead of the 36 of Michael Margota. Margota hanging in there about a car length behind the 77 of Sabilo. It's Sabilo, Margota, and Anthony Hooker. Those your top 3. Matherly 4th, Trumbley 5th, Eric Sellers in the 6th spot, then Breer in 7th. Those 7 cars on the lead lap. Johnson, Love, Shaner, and Downham, and Fisher all 1 lap down. Fisher now going 2 laps down, as does Jim Downham. Keegan Sabilo, Michael Margota, Anthony Hooker, Mike Matherly, Eric Sellers, David Trumbley, and Mark Breer, as Sellers has moved past David Trumbley, now moves past Mike Matherly. Eric Sellers moves into the 4th spot. Eric Sellers on the move. Let's have a look at the 97 car. Eric Sellers has gone past both Matherly and Trumbley, now looks to the inside of the 61 of Fisher. Fisher a lap down. Eric Sellers closing on the leaders. Eric Sellers with 24 laps to go, I believe has decided it is time to get on the move and see if he can't chase down the front runners. Keegan Sabilo out front. We'll go back to that 77 car. 23 laps to go. Sabilo leads. Michael Margota is in second. Anthony Hooker third. Eric Sellers in the 4th spot. Matherly 5th. Trumbley 6th. Mark Breer 7th. Johnson, Love, and Shaner are 8th, 9th, and 10th. They are 1 lap down. Fisher, Downham, and Fonseca are 11th, 12th, and 13th. They are 2 laps down. And Edward Belair, Parnelli Belair, running 6 laps down in 14th. 22 laps to go. Keegan Sabilo with the lead. Nice smooth race by Keegan Sabilo as he comes off of turn 2 onto the back straightaway. Sabilo leading Michael Margota by about a car length and a half. Into turn number 3, through the center of 3 and 4, allowing that car to rotate. Margota closes in just a bit in the center of the corner, but Sabilo seems to get off the corner a little bit better. Short track racing at its finest here as these drivers search for a better line. Keegan Sabilo, 20 laps to go. Sabilo with the lead. Margota second. Eric Sellers looking to the inside of Anthony Hooker. Sellers trying to make the pass. He does. Eric Sellers has moved into the 3rd spot. So Eric Sellers on a mission. He has moved into the 3rd position. Remember, Sellers is your points leader. Eric Sellers running 3rd. It's Sabilo. Looks like he's opened the door for the 36 of Margota. Mike Margota to the inside of Keegan Sabilo. Is he going to be able to make the pass and make it stick? Sabilo on the high side. Sellers closing in. We've got a 3-car battle for the lead. 18 laps to go. Margota on the inside. Sellers up high. Sellers and Margota get together. Margota spins. He turns to the inside, collects Johnson and collects Parnelli Belair. Aaron Johnson a victim here. Michael Margota spins as he was battling with Keegan Sabilo for the lead. That'll put Sellers up front. Eric Sellers is going to be the leader. I don't know if he will remain the leader or if Sabilo will go back out front, but right now we're showing Eric Sellers as the leader with Sabilo in second, Hooker in third, Matherly 4th, Trumbley 5th. Margota has dropped to the 6th spot, the pace car coming out to pick up the field. Looks like Keegan Sabilo is going into the pits. Sabilo is going to try to maybe take on some fresh tires. That will be a big advantage. Sellers tires will have a lot of laps on them, about 40 laps, so Keegan Sabilo will have a big advantage in tires. We'll see what happens. Will Johnson get the lucky dog? Let's go back and take a look at that from a slightly different angle and see if we can see really what did happen there. Looks like the 36 of Margota just drifted up ever so slightly. It was a racing deal, I suppose, but Margota drifted up and he and Sabilo got together, turned around. That took out Johnson and collected the 05 of Parnelli Belair. Belair really having a rough time of it today. Johnson does get the lucky dog, so Aaron Johnson getting the wave around here. That will put him back on the lead lap, but in a fairly damaged race car. Johnson's race car looks like it's pretty beat up from that incident with the 36 of Margota. Let's see if we can't take a look and see what Aaron Johnson's race car looks like. The right front fender on that car gone. Looks like the front end's towed out. Johnson may be on the lead lap, but he is no threat to win, driving a beat-up 00. So Aaron Johnson fortunate just to stay on the lead lap. 5 cars remain on the lead lap. Sellers, Hooker, Breer, Johnson, and Sabilo. Sabilo, having pitted, will be toward the end of the longest line. Johnson has to go to the back of the longest line as the lucky dog recipient. So Aaron Johnson will be starting from the longest line on the field. 12 laps to go. We'll go back out front with the 97. That is Eric Sellers. Sellers up front, Hooker second, Breer third, Sabilo 4th, Johnson 5th. Those 5 cars, the only cars on the lead lap. Jim Love in 6th, 1 lap down. The pace car is in. Eric Sellers hammers the throttle. Sellers gets a good jump on the 13 of Anthony Hooker. Mark Breer looks to the inside of Hooker. Those 2 cars go around. Will we be under caution again? Breer and Hooker looks like they went around. Let's hop back here and see if we can't take a look. Breer in the pits. Sellers out front. Caution is on the speedway. So Mark Breer and Anthony Hooker get together. That moves Eric Sellers into first, Sabilo second, Johnson third, Hooker fourth, Mark Breer now 1 lap down in 11th. Let's go have a look at that particular incident, see if we can't take a better look at it. Looking in from the backside, I don't think Hooker realized that Mark Breer was there. Anthony Hooker coming down, running a kind of a normal line, but Breer with position. The 2 cars ending up against the inside rail coming out of turn number 4. There are 9 laps to go. Eric Sellers leads. Keegan Sabilo is in the 2nd spot. Aaron Johnson is 3rd. Johnson may have gone in to use a quick repair. Let's see if we can't find the 00. Nope, Johnson staying out on the speedway. So Aaron Johnson electing not to use the quick repair. He'll try to nurse that damaged race car back and make it home here at Lanier National Speedway. The 00 pretty banged up. Eric Sellers in a bit of trouble. 8 laps to go. Sellers will be up front. Sabilo will start to his outside as the field gets reconstituted here. It should be a single file restart, but Sellers is going to be a sitting duck on 50-lap-old tires. Keegan Sabilo running new rubber, so Sabilo should be in a position to make short work of the 97. Sellers up front, Sabilo second, 7 to go. Johnson in the 3rd spot, Anthony Hooker 4th. Jim Love, the recipient of the Lucky Dog Award, has moved on to the lead lap. Love in 5th. Trumbley, Shaner, Matherly, and Margota 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, 1 lap down respectively. Pace car is in. Eric Sellers leads the field back to the green. Sellers gets a nice restart, pulls away from Keegan Sabilo by about 2 car lengths. 5 laps to go. Sellers in the middle of 1 and 2, now out of 2 on the back straightaway. Keegan Sabilo with new tires. This is just, it's going to be shooting fish in a barrel for Keegan Sabilo with those new tires. He looks to the inside of the 97 of Eric Sellers, comes out of turn number 4 onto the front straightaway. Keegan Sabilo is going to lead this lap. 4 to go. Sabilo makes the pass. It's Sabilo 1, Sellers 2. Johnson nursing that damaged Legends car in the 3rd spot, trying to hold off Anthony Hooker in 4th and Jim Love in 5th. Out front, it is Keegan Sabilo. Sabilo, 3 laps to go this time by. Keegan Sabilo with the lead. Johnson in 3rd, Sellers in 2nd, Hooker in 4th, Love in 5th. Those the 5 cars on the lead lap. Keegan Sabilo comes through the center of 3 and 4 onto the front straightaway. 2 to go this time by. Sabilo pulling away from the 97 of Eric Sellers. Sabilo off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. That 77 car, nice, smooth, quick line. Sabilo out of turn number 4 onto the front straight. He'll take the white flag this time by. Keegan Sabilo takes the white flag. He rolls through the center of 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway for the final time. Sabilo down the back straight into turn number 3. Now through the center of 3 and 4, he'll come out of 4 onto the front straightaway. Keegan Sabilo will take the win at Lanier National Speedway. Johnson comes home in the 3rd spot with Sellers 2nd. Anthony Hooker will be 4th. Jim Love 5th. Trumbley, Matherly, Margota, Shaner, and Fonseca will make up the top 10. A great race for Keegan Sabilo. Pit strategy paying off. Sellers taking tires early. Sabilo taking tires late. That final caution giving Sabilo an opportunity to chase Eric Sellers down. Let's have a look at the final standings. Keegan Sabilo with the win. Eric Sellers 2nd. Aaron Johnson 3rd. Anthony Hooker 4th. Jim Love running 5th. And behind Love, it's Trumbley, Matherly in 6th and 7th. Michael Margota in 8th, Andy Shaner 9th, and Keith Fonseca in 10th. Fisher came home 11th with Jim Downham 12th, Parnelli Belair 13th, and Mark Breer 14th. That's going to do it from Lanier National Speedway. For Aaron Johnson and the Johnson iRacing team, go fast, turn left, have fun.